Welcome to Santi Peace for Mathematics. In the previous video, we have learned about what is the partial derivative of a function f of xy. That can be defined as del f upon del x is equal to limit of f of x plus delta x y minus f of x y upon delta x as delta x tends to 0, and the partial derivative of f with respect to y is defined as limit of f of x y plus delta y minus f of xy upon delta y as delta y tends to 0. This way the partial derivatives of a function is defined. So the partial derivative of f with respect to x, geometrically it will represent a slope of this surface in x direction at point xy. And similarly, the partial derivative of f with respect to y, geometrically it will represent a slope of the surface in y direction at the point xy. So with that note, in this lecture we are going to discuss about some higher order derivatives and the partial derivatives for functions of many variables. Also, we solve some examples related to that. So let us start with the first concept, that is the higher order derivative. So as you know that the partial derivative del f upon del x and del f upon del y, they are also functions of xy. So we can talk about its second derivative. For example, if I consider f of xy as x square y plus x y square plus y plus 4, then what is the partial derivative of this function? Del f upon del x will gives you. So how you differentiate this? You keeping y constant and differentiate this function, that is 2xy plus y square, because the derivative of x square will become 2x and the y is a constant, so that's why it is as it is. The derivative of x is 1 and the y square is a constant quantity, so that's why we have this, and the derivative of y plus 4 with respect to x, it will be 0. And then we'll have del f upon del y will be, so the partial derivative of this quantity with respect to y, now keeping x constant, so the derivative of the first quantity will have here x square is a constant quantity, the derivative of y is 1, and here x is a constant quantity, so x as it is, the derivative of y square will become 2y, the derivative of y will have a 1 and the derivative of 4 is 0. So del f upon del y is this. Now since you can just observe that this del f upon del x and del f upon del y, they are also functions of x and y, so we can talk about its second derivative. So there are 4 types of second derivatives are there. Let's say it is del upon del x of del f upon del x, partial differentiation of this same quantity with respect to x. What you will have is 2y will become constant and the derivative of x will be 1 and the derivative of y square will be 0, and this will be denoted as del square f upon del x square. Same way you can talk about del by del y of del f by del x, so you can differentiate this quantity with respect to y, so that will gives you 2x constant here, 2x constant, the derivative of y will be 1 plus 2y. Same way you can talk about the second quantity that we have here, that is the derivative of this one, so that is del by del y of del f by del y. So the derivative of this with respect to y will gives you, the derivative of x square will become 0, derivative of 2xy is 2x, as 2x is constant and derivative of y is 1, the derivative of 1 is 0, so we'll have tx 2x and that will be denoted as del f upon del y square. Same way we can talk about del by del x of del by del x y. So differentiation of this quantity with respect to x now, that is 2x plus 2y, the derivative of 1 is 0. So in that manner, the second order partial derivatives are of 4 types. The first one is del square f upon del x square for any function, del square f upon del y square, del square f upon del x del y, del square f upon del y del x. This also can be represented as fxx, this will be represented as fyy, this can be represented as fyx, and this can be represented as fxy, because as you know that del f upon del x will represent as fx, and then you are differentiating this with respect to x, so it is del by del y of del f upon del x, so that is del by del y of fx, so that is fx at y, and this is nothing but the del square f by del y del x. Please keep in mind this notation here and here. So when you are using this notation, the derivative of y first and then x. If you are using this notation, here first y and then x. So that is the notation change, or please don't confuse with that. So as we have done with the second order derivative, we can also talk about the third order derivative or higher order derivatives for successive differentiation. In the similar manner, we can talk about del cube f upon del x cube, that is del by del x of del square f upon del x square. Same way we can talk about del cube f upon del x del y square, so that is nothing but the del by del x of del square f upon del y square. So how this is notation for in this way, how this will be represented is fxx. How you can represent this one, it is fyyx. This will be x here. So in the same manner you can talk about del power 4 f upon del x power 4. So that is denoted as fxxxx. So it is a 4-time differentiation of that. So what should be the notation for this one? Just can you tell me? This is L square f del y del x. So how you can represent this is in terms of f notation, that means in this notation. If you want to write down, just pause the video and think for the answer. So the answer is x y x x. Now next one, let's have the example. fxy, if you have given, is y square e power x plus y. Find xyx. So first of all, you should understand what is the meaning of fxyx. So it is fxyx will nothing but the del cube f upon del x del y del x. So that is del square by del x del y. Inside you will have del f upon del x. So derivative of this with respect to x will gives you del square by del x del y, y square e power x. The derivative of y is 1, e power x, derivative of e power x as it is, and y square is already constant. So that's why we have now differentiation of this with respect to y. You will have del by del x of 2y e power x, and then again you differentiate this, so you will have it is 2y e power x. So that's way you can talk about this derivative. Now the next thing is the partial derivative for functions with more than 2 variables. So that means the function is given as a more than 2 variable. Let's say the function is given as f of x, y, z, where x, y and z are independent variable and w is a dependent variable we have. So if you have this one, you can talk about del f upon del x. So what does it mean of del f upon del x in this situation? You have to differentiate this equation with respect to x, keeping your y and z constant. Similar manner, we can talk about del f upon del y, that is a partial derivative of f with respect to y, keeping x and z constant. Del f upon del z is the partial derivative of f with respect to z keeping x and y constant. In the similar manner, we can talk if you have the function with the n variable, then we can talk about the partial derivative of f with respect to x1. So it is differentiating the equation or the given function with respect to x1 and all other variables are constant. Let's have the same one of the example of this type and then we move further. So let's say the function f of x y z is given to you as x cube y square z square plus x y z. Partial derivative of this with respect to fx x will be 3x square y square z square plus yz. Then partial derivative of this with respect to y will gives you 2x cube y z square plus xz. So again I am doing the same thing here. When you are differentiating this with respect to y, your x and z are constant and you are differentiating just y square with respect to y, so that is 2y and all the things is as it is, plus xyz is here is also did the same thing. Derivative of y, you know that it is 1 and the yz is as it is because they are constant when you are differentiating with respect to y. What will be the differentiation of this with respect to z? You can find out yourself. That is I am giving you as an exercise. With that note and with this idea, we are able to solve many examples. So let's start with the first example. If u equal to x square tan inverse of y by x minus y square tan inverse of x by y, if xy is not equal to 0, then find uxy and uyx. So let us try to calculate what will be the uxy. What is uxy? It is actually, as per the notation, it is u x y. So it is first you have to find out what is the derivative of this function with respect to x and then with respect to y. So first let us calculate what is del u by del x. So to find out the derivative of this function, you should observe that this is the multiplication of the two functions you will have, that is of the form f into g. The derivative of f into g, because this is x square function and this is tan inverse function, both of them are involving x, so that's why it is product rule is applied here to find out its derivative. So first x square as it is, the derivative of tan inverse of y by x will be 1 upon 1 plus y upon x square, because you know that tan inverse derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 upon x square. Now we need to differentiate this y by x by using the chain rule, that is minus 1 upon x square and the y constant, so it is as it, plus the derivative of x square will be 2x and this tan inverse of y by x as it is, so minus this quantity, derivative of this quantity y square as it is. The derivative of tan inverse of x by y with respect to x, it is 1 upon 1 plus x by y square into 1 by y by chain rule. Now you just observe what we will have here, this x square will get cancelled and this denominator x square will go in the numerator if I take the LCM. So it is minus y x square upon x square plus y square plus 2x tan inverse of y by x, and this y is 1 y is cancelled out, and if you take the LCM here, so that will gives you minus y cube upon x square plus y square. Now from these two terms you can just see that y is common out, so what you will have is minus y into x square plus y square, because minus sign is also I can take common, upon x square plus y square plus 2x tan inverse of y by x. So you just see that this x square plus y square will get cancelled. So finally you will have minus y plus 2x tan inverse of y by x. This will be del u by del x. Now we need to differentiate this del u by del x with respect to y, because you have to calculate del u xy. So I am differentiating, that is del square u by del y del x, that is nothing but the u xy. So if you differentiate this with respect to y, you will have minus 1 plus 2x as it is, because it is a constant. Derivative of tan inverse of y by x is 1 upon 1 plus y by x square into 1 upon x. If you take this x cancel out, and if you take LCM in the denominator, so you will have is minus 1 plus x square upon 2 times x square plus y square. Now if you take LCM here, it is minus x square minus y square plus 2 times x square upon x square plus y square. So that will gives you x square minus y square upon x square plus y square. So here I have calculated u of xy. I am giving you exercise that you can calculate u of yx. That you can do it yourself. I am giving you as an homework. Let's have the another example. If u equal to 1 upon square root of x square plus y square plus z square, if x square plus y square plus z square is not equal to 0, then prove that uxx plus uyy plus uzz equal to 0. Let us try to calculate what is uxx, that is ux. First we need to calculate, and your function u can be represented as x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 1 by 2, because it is 1 upon square root. That I can write in this form. Now the derivative of this one will have minus 1 by 2 x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 3 by 2 into 2x, because the derivative of this quantity with respect to x is 2x, and the derivative of x raised to n, as you know, it is n into x raised to n minus 1. So due to that, it is n is equal to minus 1 by 2 here. So that is minus 1 by 2 raised to minus 1 by 2 minus 1, that is minus 3 by 2. So we'll have this. Now derivative of this again with respect to x. So if I differentiate this again with respect to x, keeping this 2 cancel out, and I'm taking this minus sign out, you just observe that this is nothing but the functions of, so it is a product of two functions, that is this function and x. So you have to apply the product rule. So let's say x as it is, the derivative of this quantity will become minus 3 by 2, because it is power n, x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 5 by 2 into 2x plus derivative of x is 1, and this quantity will be as it is. Now you just observe that this 2 is cancelled out. So finally what we'll have is minus 3x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 5 by 2 plus x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 3 by 2. So that is uxx you will have. Similarly, what is uyy? So how to see this uyy? You just observe that this function u is symmetric function with respect to xy. That means if you interchange the value of x and y, the function remains same, okay, because it is y square x square. So if you differentiate this with respect to x, you will have this answer. So if you differentiate this with respect to y, instead of x you will have here y. So here it is the same formula we'll have, just replacing x by y. So we'll have 3y square x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 5 by 2 plus x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 3 by 2. So whenever x is there, we just replace by y. That is the things we have did. Now similarly, if you have to write down what is u z z, which is the derivative of this with respect u with respect to, again this is a symmetric function. So what you can write this is as minus 3z square x square plus y square plus z square minus 5 by 2 plus x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 3 by 2. Now if you add this 3, the question was to find out what is the sum of this 3. So that's why we have calculated these quantities. So if you sum up all this 3, so you will have uxx plus uyy plus uzz equal to, now you just observe this is minus 3x square minus 3y square minus 3z square, and this quantity will be the same. This quantity will be the same in all of them, so it is common out. So we'll have x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 3 by 2. Inside bracket what you will have is minus 3, so that minus 3 I am taking common, x square plus y square plus z square, because it is x square plus y square plus z square here, and this will come 3 times, so it is 3x square plus y square plus z square. Here we'll have 5 by 2 minus, here we have minus 3 by 2. Now you just see that x square plus y square plus z square minus 5 by 2 plus 1, because power will be added here, so it will be nothing but the minus 3x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 3 by 2 plus 3x square plus y square plus z square raised to minus 3 by 2. So that will get cancelled, so you will have a 0 answer. That is the objective of this problem. If that is equal to x square plus y square upon x plus y, if x plus y is not equal to 0, then prove that del z by del x minus del z by del y whole square is equal to 4 1 minus del z by del x del z by del y. So you just observe that here the asked to prove this quantity which involves the first order partial derivatives, and to do that we can just take the derivative of this quantity with respect to x, and that contains a function of xy which is in the form of u upon v. So it is, you have to apply the division rule here to find out del z by del x. So that can be calculated as x plus y whole square, denominator square, x plus y as it is. The derivative of x square will become 2x minus x square plus y square as it is. Derivative of denominator, that is x plus y, will become 1 equal to, if you multiply this 2x inside this bracket, it will be 2x square plus 2xy minus x square minus y square, because this minus will multiply inside the bracket, have upon x plus y whole square, and if you simplify this you will have x square plus 2xy minus y square upon x plus y whole square. Can you tell me what should be now? Del z upon del y. Here is also, you just observe that this function z is a symmetry function with respect to x and y. That means whatever the function f of xy is the same as f of yx. So if you can replace x by y and y by x, the answer or the function will not be changed. So due to that, if you differentiating this with respect to x, if you are differentiating with respect to y, it will leads you same answer. Just replacing, whenever x is there you just replace by y, and y is there you replace by x. So the del z by del y will gives you y square plus 2xy minus x square. So I am just replacing, whenever x is there I am replacing y, and whenever y is there I am replacing x in this quantity. So we will have this upon x plus y whole square. Now the question is to solve this or prove this quantity. So I'm just calculating this side and then we are calculating this side, and we compare both of them are equal. So let us see what is del z by del x minus del z by del y whole square. You have just seen that del z by del x is this quantity, that is x square plus 2xy minus y square upon x plus y whole square minus y square plus 2xy minus x square upon x plus y whole square. Now if you take LCM, you will have x plus y whole square, and it is x square plus 2xy minus y square minus 2xy plus x square whole square is there. Now you just observe this 2xy will get cancelled out, and this x square plus x square will become 2, and y square minus y square will become minus 2y square. So you will have finally 4 times, because it is a square, x square minus y square upon x plus y whole square and whole power square there. And you know that x square minus y square will factor out as x minus y, x plus y. If you substitute that value here, the 1 x plus y is cancelled out, so you will have x minus y upon x plus y whole square. So that is the answer for LHS. Now let us see what is the RHS. So what was the RHS? You have there, it is 4 times 1 minus del z upon del x minus del z upon del y. So it is 4 times 1 minus del z upon del x minus del z upon del y. What is del z upon del x? We have calculated del z upon del x is this. So let us substitute that value. So it is 4 1 minus x square plus 2xy minus y square upon x plus y whole square. Then it is minus y square plus 2xy minus x square upon x plus y whole square. If you simplify this will be 4 inside bracket, you will have x plus y whole square minus x square minus 2xy plus y square minus y square minus 2xy plus x square upon x plus y whole square, if you take the LCM as x plus y by simplifying this. And you just observe that x square will get cancelled, y square will get cancelled. So you will have 4 times x square plus y square plus 2xy minus 4xy upon x plus y whole square. So that will lead to 4x minus y square upon x plus y square, and that is exactly the same as the RHS that we have calculated, LHS we have calculated, so which is this. So this proves the given identity, that is del z upon del x minus del z upon del y whole square will be 4 times 1 minus del z upon del x minus del z upon del y. Now let's have the another example. Suppose you have given theta is equal to t power n e power minus r square upon 4t. The question is to find the value of n such that 1 upon r square del by del r of r square into del theta by del r equal to del theta by del t. If this equation is satisfies, we have to calculate what will be the value of n, where theta is given as a this. So you just observe that this theta is a function of r and t, and here you have to express first this quantity and then quantity, and then you have to compare both of them, and from that you can obtain the value of. So here I'm starting with this inside thing. So let us just calculate what is del theta by del r for this. So del theta by del r t power n is constant because we are doing the partial differentiation with respect to r. Now derivative of e power anything will be same, and the derivative of this quantity, that is minus 2r by 4t. So finally you will have t power n minus 1 because 1t is cancelled with this. Here you will have n minus 1 e power minus r square upon 4t into r upon 2 minus, because this minus sign is there. Now the next you have to multiply this quantity by r square. So it is r square del theta by del r. So if you multiply this quantity by r square, you will have minus t raised to n minus 1 by 2 as it is. The multiplication of this r with r square will becomes r cube e power minus r square upon 4t. Now the next we need to calculate what will be the del by del r of this quantity. That gives me del by del r of r square del theta by del r. That is minus is outside, t power n minus 1 by 2 is also outside. The derivative of this quantity here is also product rule is applied. So first r cube as it is, a derivative of e power minus r square upon 4t will be minus 2r upon 4t plus e power minus r square upon 4t as it is. The derivative of r cube is 3r square, and you just observe that e power minus r square upon 4t is common out. R square is also common. So what is the quantity you will have is t by n minus 1 by 2, and I am taking this minus sign inside. E power minus r raised to square on 4t into r power 4 upon 2t, because this 2 is cancelled out. So it is r power 4 because this r cube and r, and this minus sign will multiply inside. So this will become minus minus plus upon 2t plus 3r square. The next in the expression you will have 1 by r square, that you need to multiply to this quantity. So that is 1 by r square del by del r of r square del theta by del r equal to, you multiply 1 by r square, so it will be t minus 1 by 2 t power n minus 1 by 2 e power minus r square by 4t. This is r square. Here you will have a minus sign due to this minus is multiplied to this plus. So that's why you will have minus 3 here. So this is the quantity you will have. Now let us calculate the other quantity, that is del theta by del t. What is del theta by del t? The theta is this t power n e power minus r raised to 4 by t. So that is del by del t of t power n e power minus r raised to 4 by t. Here this will contains a function of t, this is also contains the function of t, so product rule is applied. So t power n as it is, the derivative of this quantity will be as it is, and the derivative of r square upon 4t is minus r square upon 4t square. So derivative of 1 upon t is minus 1 upon t square, so this minus minus become plus here, plus n into t power n minus 1 e power minus r square upon 4t as it is. Here is also, you just observe that e power minus r square upon 4t is common out from this two quantity, and t power n minus 1, n minus 2 is actually common because this t square will cancel with this and it will become t minus n minus 1. So t power n minus 1 is common out. what is left inside? Here the r square by 4 is left, plus here it will left with nt. Now the question is given is this two quantities are same, so I am just writing that two quantity. So given was r square del by del r of r square del theta by del r equal to del theta by del t. This is given to you. What is del theta by del t that we have written here? Let us write down that. That is e power minus r square upon 4t, t power n minus 2, r square upon 4 plus nt, and this side we have calculated here. So let us write down that. That is t power n minus 1 by 2 e power minus r square upon 4t into r square upon 2t minus 3. Now you just observe that e power, this quantity is cancelled out, and t is also non-zero, so I can just cancel out that quantity also. So what is left here, it will be t by 2 r square upon 2t minus 3 equal to r square upon 4 plus nt, and then you just take out this 2 by t on the other side, so you will have r square upon 2t minus 3 equal to 3 r square upon 2t plus 2n, and you just see that this r square upon 2t will get cancelled, so we'll have n equal to minus 3 by 2. That was the objective, to calculate the value of n by giving some examples. So you can try for these examples. First example, z is equal to x square y plus e power x square y square. Then find zx, zy, zxx, zxy, zyx, zyy. The second quantity, if z is equal to x raised to y is given, then so that del cube z by del x square del y equal to del cube z by del x del y del z. With this two examples, and there are many examples I have given you as an exercise in my lecture notes, so please try them. If you have do the practice for these examples, it will be more clarity in idea you will get. So in this lecture we have discussed about the higher order derivatives, that means higher order partial derivatives. We can talk about this third order derivative, fourth order derivative, or in general any nth order derivative we can talk about. We have also talked about a function involving more than two variables. Also we can talk about its partial derivative. We have solved some examples related to it. That's it for this video. If you have liked this video, please press the like button. If you have any comments, suggestions and a question, please drop down in a comment box below. See you in next video. Bye bye. Sayonara.